I said, how long before we get Camborne? He said, Camborne will be about 10 minutes. I said, that'll be fantastic, won't it? He said, have you got to get off Camborne? Yes, I said, I got to get off Camborne. He said, well, it's Wednesday. I said, what bloody difference does that make? He said, we don't stop Camborne Wednesdays. I said, you got to stop because I got to get off. He said, listen, fat guts. He said, we don't stop Camborne Wednesdays. We never have stopped Camborne Wednesdays. And he said, I don't think we ever will stop Camborne Wednesdays. I said, you got to stop because I got to get off. I got to see slip along Travaskers on the platform. He said, but he said, it's Wednesday. I said, I know, but I said, you got to stop. Cause I said, you stop the bloody train for me to get on. He said, listen, mate. He said, we don't stop Camborne Wednesdays. We never have stopped Camborne Wednesdays. And he said, I don't think we ever will stop Camborne Wednesdays because we never have stopped. I said, if you don't stop, you bastard. I said, I'll pull the bloody cord. He said, don't pull the bloody cord. He said, have you got to get off? I said, it's life and death, I got to get off. He said, well, I like you. I said, I wish I could say the same about you. He said, you bloody could if you told lies like I do. He said, I'll have a word with the driver and see if I can get the driver to slow up going through Camborne. I said, well, what the hell am I going to do? Well, he said, when you slow up alongside the platform, he said, I'll hang you out the window and you start to run in midair. Right. And he said, when I think you're running at the right speed, I shall drop you. Right. And he come back, he said, I've had a word with the driver and he's told me to tell you that they don't stop Camborne Wednesday. I said, you never told me that, did you? But he said he will slow up. Bastard, he never slowed up at all. He come into Camborne, he's bloody flying. And this great old black bugger hanged me out the window. Right, old fat guts, he said, pick your feet up, lad. I was bloody flying. I said, faster, faster. I couldn't go no bloody faster. And when he dropped me, Christ, I went up the platform like a cut cat. I said, the next problem is the platform going to be long enough for me to stop? I said, well, they don't stop Camborne Wednesdays, but I'm off the bloody train anyway. The fact I'm still doing 70 miles an hour has nothing to do with it at all. And you know, the next carriage come on, a man put his arm out the door and dragged me in. Jethro, he said, you're lucky to catch this train. He said, he don't stop Camborne Wednesdays, not this one though. But a stupid beer in the Island of Wight because the first person I saw tonight, I went in Newport into a butcher shop. There's a bloody woman in there, her hat was that white. And she's serving beef in the bloody butcher shop. Christ. I said, the pound of fillet. She said, pound you bloody don't. Then me and Penberthy, we went shopping. He went in the chemist shop in Newport and he said, could I have some condoms? They said, you want small, medium or large? He said, I want large, of course. And they gave him a box with 5,000 in it. But they's a bit too long, so he cut the ends off. Then he went in the shop there. He went in the shop and he hung his cock out on the desk. Right. And there's a girl the other side with the glasses off looking at this cock. And I's looking at this cock. We're all looking at this cock. She said, I think what you've done, you've misread the sign that's over the door. It says clock repairs. But he said, you better put two hands on that. But yeah, I've got some lovely looking girls and this... Andy, we got some lovely looking girls. Andy, pay attention, you prick. We got some lovely looking girls. You wish after you won queer. You will. Is there any pufters in? Right. I was on the train a fortnight ago, and there's two pufters in my compartment. Two turd burglars. I said, don't you get up to your turd burgling here, you filthy bastard. And I said, if you want to go turd burgling, go up the toilet, you dirty bastard. He said, you haven't got a bit of Vaseline or anything we could have just for Christ's sake. His friend said, don't involve him. He said, I got some sandwiches. He said, we'll scrape the butter out the bloody sandwich. And they throw all the ham and the bread on the floor, and they scrape up all the butter from the bloody sandwiches. And off the buggers took. One turd burglar behind the other turd burglar with the butter from the bloody sandwiches. I thought, I'm going to leave them go 5 minutes, then I can see what they filthy buggers is doing. But I gotta say, when I look in, I seen the funniest thing I ever seen. One was bent over like that. I don't trust them Jehovah's Witnesses very bloody far. One was bent over like that with his trousers round his ankles, but the other one... The other one was on his hands and knees, blowing up his ass. I said, whatever. I said, whatever. Whatever, are you doing? He said, some bugger have put mustard in these bloody sandwiches. And they set fire to his ass, they set fire to his ass, they set fire to his ass. But you won't believe what I had for bloody Christmas. I had a film for Christmas called Zulu. Have you seen that bloody film? You won't bloody believe it. It's called Zulu, and it's a bloody film. And you won't believe it, you won't believe it. There was millions of Zulus, and every one of the buggers was black. There was one white Zulu, and one of these bloody Zulus, he had 2 holes in his top lip. So he could see where he's going when he's whistling. And they had these bloody spears, and they're throwing at our young soldiers, the bastard. And there's our young British boys with nothing to defend themselves more than machine gun each. That's all our boys have for Christ's sake. And them spears is bloody sharp. I couldn't look no more. I just couldn't look no more. But you won't believe what happened then. Up got a prick from Wales and started to sing to the bugger. And he's singing to the Zulus, and they're throwing spears trying to shut the bugger up. And he's still singing. And they're saying, get that twat to singing, and he's still singing. We'll keep away. Right. Look what you're doing, you tosser. You'll have some Isaiah with that. Come in the hillside. We'll keep a welcome in the vale. This land. Oh, you bastard! Somebody said that bloke that's singing is a wanker. Somebody else said, isn't it a pity his father wasn't? This land of ours will still be singing when you come home. Oh, you bastard! Oh, you bastard! You bastard! Shit! Bastard. Somebody said, Taffy, it's your own bloody fault. Sing something they know.